Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Tactician. James Dodd alongside A-League's champion Daniel McBreen. Now, Macca, we're at finals time in the Isuzu A-League. It is the Elimination Final this Saturday night at Combank Stadium. It's the Western Sydney Wanderers against Melbourne Victory. Two teams who have got a plethora of attacking options. They love going forward. They're great at scoring goals this season. We're going to take a look at both sides, but first and foremost, the Western Sydney Wanderers with the likes of Zach Sapsford, Brandon Borello, Nicholas Milanovic, Božidar Krajev. Take it away.
Well, they've scored 10 goals between them in the last two meetings, so we thought let's go back and have a look how this could pan out. Now, we think Wanderers may be the favourites for this one. Now, here's why. Defensive corner for the Wanderers. Now, keep your eye on here. This is Oscar Priestman, but also have a look at the setup here from Victory. It's actually good. One in front, one behind, as you would normally do. But as the ball now gets cleared out, watch this first defender here. He makes a decision, and he makes his decision to go. Now, that could be costly for them there.
No man's land.
Exactly. In the middle of nowhere, now we want to watch the striker. This is Aidan Hammond. Watch his run. Now, he's going to bend his run and sort of try to go across the line, but the defender sees that little step up. That maybe could be enough, but look at Priestman. We saw him defending in his own box. Look at the afterburners to get there and ends up in a few seconds from defending to attacking at the other end and a shot on target.
This one. Now, Ryan Teague on the ball here. Talk to us. This is how dangerous the Wanderers can be from a defensive situation to an attacking situation within the space of, 5-6 seconds?
Yeah. And it's small details that can make all the difference. A small detail here for Reno Piscopo is he's got his back to play.
So talk to us. What should he be doing here?
So this is Krajev. This is Piscopo. So if you're Krajev and I'm Piscopo, he's in that position at the moment. Cannot see what's going on here. But if I'm sideline, if his backside is facing the sideline and I'm in this position, as that ball's coming to me, I can see you already. I don't even need to turn my head. So I might be able to take that ball and keep it composed. You'll see he looks over his right shoulder, but he doesn't see him coming on the left. And that's all it takes. And then they're off. Look at the body starting to go forward. Look at the energy. Look at the ball going forward here. If we pause it right here, look at that pass. That is the number one pass that should be played for Krajev to go straight in. He's pointing, saying, give it to me, I want a goal. They don't do that. But even though they make the wrong pass, they move again, and they've got the quality to make that run, and Borello with a great reverse pass, and again, in a number of seconds from defending at one end, they're getting a shot at the other.
And that showcases the flexibility of the attackers that Alan Stajic has at his disposal. We mentioned the likes of Milanovic, we mentioned the likes of Sapsford and Brandon Borello. Two other players who have made such a big difference in coming into the side this season, the defender Anthony Pantasopoulos and the left-back Alex Gersbach since he joined in the mid-season transfer window. Both are going to be involved in the clip we're going to look at now, but for different reasons as to why they've been so effective. Talk us through this one.
Well, obviously defensive players, you want to talk about their defensive qualities, but they add so much. That long ball there is a weapon that Western Sydney used to bypass presses. Now they've been patient in this area. Anderson did very well, now drifts inside. And look at Gersbach. He's up high, putting a wonderful ball in the middle, and it's an easy header for Borello. But that all comes from the way that they've played. So
pause it here.
No Western Sydney players in here at all, but we know Pantasopoulos has the confidence to strike a long ball. Look how tight that is there. That's a confident ball to play there to know that he can hit that ball.
And he's not trying to disguise what he's going to do.
He knows what he wants
Anderson,
to do. You go.
Yeah.
Here's Gersbach. Now, he's back in his left-back position. So watch these two players here. They're instrumental in this goal. As the ball goes forward, Gersbach's going to come forward as Anderson does really well to get the ball down and hold it up. Little bit of patience here. But now look, Anderson drifts inside and Gersbach immediately sees that that's opening up that space. When that ball gets played in behind, as we pause it there, as we've said all year, good attacking players will try to get in the back of their defenders. Look at their body shape, trying to get back here, all facing looking the ball. It's hard to turn your body and look at the ball and to the player as well.
And when he can see their numbers, he knows he's got them, right?
Exactly. So he wants to drift into this position, occupied here, drift into there, and as we saw with a great ball comes in, he gets the easiest of header, and then centre-backs are looking going, what happened? Where did that come from?
So we saw at the very start, again, Juan Mata here. Doesn't need to be said, does it? Juan Mata, time and space, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Marcus Antonsen, instrumental again in this move.
Again, we watch Western Sydney Wanderers, we see them, they don't mind stretching the line to try and create space or get in behind. And when you've got time and space on the ball for Juan Mata, he's going to give a good ball. As it goes forward, watch the run in here, and he judges the flight of the ball well and just nips in front of the defender there. This is very difficult. Now, white shirts everywhere. There's Nicholas Milanovic. Have a look. Bodies all around him. Now he does really well here under heavy pressure to get it out of his feet and then to give the eyes and the impression everyone thinks he's going to go that side. That's where a goalkeeper would think you'd go. But then to dip his hip and get it into the other side, he does wonderfully well.
So when we roll it on, we'll see that again from another angle. It's a brilliant finish to beat Slangrakita's near post. But when we watch this pass from Juan Mata again, obviously Antonsen, brilliant in the build-up. But if you focus on Nicholas Milanovic, talk us through from a former striker's perspective, Macca, the body language, what he's actually trying to do here.
Yeah, so as I said, most people from that area there will think, well, the opening shot is to this side. Most goalkeepers will start to already gravitate that way. And the lunging block can also block it as well. But you can see how his hip has just dipped at the last minute. That's him now going, well, I'm going reverse the other way. Dips his hip, and that allows him to come back under the ball, through the legs, and catch Mitch Langerak totally unawares. And what a great finish it is.
No surprise that Nicholas Milanovic is a player that's in contention for the Johnny Warren medal this season. Now, we saw earlier about how dangerous the Wanderers can be when the ball is in their own box.
Yep.
Another example here.
Here it is, late in the game, Melbourne Victory chasing it, and there's a key decision there from Roderick Miranda. Milanovic has got the pace and gets away in a 2v1 situation, and there's Antonsen busting his gut to get there with a beautiful finish. But when we go back to the other angle on this, we'll see that the key moment here is right now. So if Roderick Miranda decides to drop and wait and delay to try and help his teammates get to him, they may have this covered. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white shirts before there are red shirts. He makes a key decision and he gets it wrong. He goes in to win this ball, and as soon as he does that and he doesn't win the ball, now it becomes a 2v1. All those other white shirts are irrelevant because the pace of Milanovic blasts them out the water, and that's a quality composed finish from Antonsen, who has found his goal-scoring boots again this year.
He really has. He's been brought back into the fold by Alan Stajic, and he is paying dividends for the Wanderers this season. Now, two players for Melbourne Victory that have helped both coaches they've had this season, Patrick Isnorbo and Arthur Dillis, pay dividends throughout the campaign, have been Daniel Arzani and Nishan Velupillay. Let's take a look at both, starting with Nishan Velupillay, shall we? Because we know what he's good at, we know what his dangers are this season, especially what his MO is. You're going to talk us through.
Yeah. Now, as the ball comes down here, this is Reno Piscopo. He's been electric at times, in and out of the team, but here he is in a good position. Plenty of space here. So question marks around Western Sydney Wanderers' defence.
Nishan Velupillay, top of the picture.
Yeah, Nishan Velupillay up here on the opposite side. So watch as he gets this ball, and this is what they do well. When they get the ball, they go forward and get at defences. His first touch is forward. He drives across the line of defenders. He gets fouled. Great refereeing to allow the advantage to go on. Now, Velupillay's on the outside. Look at all those red shirts. All those red shirts can't allow him to come back in on his right foot.
Now, initially, Macca, we're going to say, oh, brilliant finish, but there are defensive aspects you think could have been improved here. Talk us through it.
100%. So, in this position, this defender, Kleur, needs to keep him on his left foot here, knowing that Lawrence Thomas will block the front post. If he's going to get a shot across him, he might be able to get there, but he can also get the block. Panner has to come across here and think that if he cuts back, I'm the man who's going to step in and win that one. Okay, he doesn't get close enough, and he actually goes across the front to try and do the job that Kleur's trying to do. So as we let it roll on here, you'll see as he cuts back, he actually sends both defenders, and that's where Panner should be now here ready to block, to come in and look at that space now. Nishan Velupillay, he couldn't believe his luck.
Almost a pristine freeze frame of the two. Been sent for a hot dog by Nishan Velupillay. He's done that to defenders all season. Reno Piscopo is someone that, as you mentioned, has been in and out of the team, but when he's hot, he is hot, Reno Piscopo. And he's a great example here of how, if he's not beating players in a one-on-one situation, he's doing the good job for the team and holding the ball up in an attacking play.
Exactly right. You can see here on the left-hand side, a couple of Wanderers players here in front of him, knows that if he goes down the line, he's got cover. So he says, he does the smart thing. All right, I'll hold the ball up. I'll make sure I can get it and get it back so we can switch the play. As this ball comes out, watch the move from Daniel Arzani down this side. Here he comes out here. He has a slightly heavy touch, which Clisby thinks, oh, I can win that. Gets around and just gets the ball back. Now, this, we freeze it here. This is the time, as all defenders we talk about, when the attacker has his back away from goal, you need to step up, you need to step up. They can't allow him now to face up. So number one is, Clisby should be stepping forward here to help to create the 2v1 because Božidar Krajev is not a defender, let's be honest here. He wants help. So as it goes on here, step up into here, should be 2v1. And even now, Daniel Arzani squares Krajev up. He should be thinking, oh my God, he's in trouble. I've got to get out and help him. 1v1, Daniel Arzani's going to do this kind of thing all day. Watch at the back post. Aidan Hammond falls asleep, lets his man drift in behind him, and there's a goal. You leave Daniel Arzani 1v1 against players, you're asking for trouble.
There are so many attacking weapons on the pitch between these two sides. It makes for an enthralling encounter in the elimination final on Saturday night at Combank Stadium. It's the Western Sydney Wanderers against Melbourne Victory.